Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I am trying some new things. As always, they're not new on the market, just new to me. First up, I've got this little sample. I'll show you here. Of the Tatcha, the Liquid Silk Canvas Primer. So I thought I'd give this a wee go. Okay, you can buy this from Mecca. This is quite expensive. So a 30-gram bottle, $97. I don't think I would pay that for a primer. Maybe if it was like on sale and it was nearly half the price, maybe. That's a big maybe. Anyway, I'm still going to try it because this has great reviews. It's lots and lots of 5-star reviews. So it's meant to blur imperfections, anti-aging, make your makeup last longer, and protect the skin from pollutants. So, what does it say about liquid layers of silk prime skin to help makeup last longer while minimizing excess shine. Okay, let's clip the hair back. I'm actually going to do a primer video in my things I've learned about makeup. That's the next one that's coming up, so if you ever wondered about them, that will be the one to watch. Okay, this sample has a lot in it, so I just like to use it in my T-zone pretty much, so let's sort of, it's got a strong perfume. Oh, let's try that a little bit. Yeah, I can't say I like perfume in a primer. Well, I actually don't like it. There's no counter. Yeah, I just don't like it, and this is a strong perfume, which I didn't read any of the reviews about the perfume, so maybe it doesn't last very long. So I'm just focusing this in the T-zone where I get the most oils come through. I'm one of those people who have combination skin, so I always get oily through the T-zone, and I can get quite dry or stay normal sometimes on the outside. It blends in really well. Do not need a lot. I've used barely any of this. It's quite a large sample and I've used barely any of it. Let's just set that safe, and let's take a look up close. I can see at a distance that it has blurred things. Yes, definitely. And taking down the shine. Blurring, well, yeah, actually there is. Yes, I would say there is a bit of blurring happening. That is the primer done. The next thing I want to try is a powder, so I'm going to go and do my foundation and concealer, and we'll come back and look at that. Now we have the setting powder I wanted to try. So this is the by Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Powder Setting Powder. It's a bit of a mouthful. Now I got the mini, this one here. It comes in a full size, of course, which is quite dear. Let me find my notes. So it is $102 for a 10-gram full size, which is dearer than my Laura Mercier that I love. But I'm forcing myself to try something different. So yeah, $102 for the full size, but you can get this little mini for $41. And again, this is available at Mecca. Now, what does this say it's meant to do? So, invisible matte finish, non-drying formula, multi-zone correction. So, in other words, it's meant to correct things. Make pores and lines near invisible. Okay. Again, this has rave reviews. It was actually in the Mecca, what do they call it, beauty election finalist. So it was a finalist in the whole thing, so it was voted, you know, pretty high up, but it didn't win, but it was still in there, so that's still pretty good. So I mainly want to see how this performs under the eyes. I am going to use it on the rest of my face as well. A main reason I want to try it was to see how it went under the eyes. So it's quite a cool wee jar, this one, and it has the by Terry design on the very front. Okay, let's open this up. So it has a stopper. If I can get it out. The thing about a mini size, well, apart from the fact that it's really small, you can't fit like a powder puff or anything in it, you know. I've taken the covering off, or the plastic sticky covering, and I'm just going to put the lid back on, and I'm going to tip it upside down and gently, actually no, by the sounds of that I won't tap it because it sounds like some come out already. Yeah, just a little. Okay, give it a wee tap. There we go. Okay, then I'm just going to take a brush, but before I do, I'm just going to make sure there's no creasing of my concealer. Then going to take my brush and get a little bit on it. This is a loose powder, I don't know if I mentioned that. Yeah, loose powder. So I'm going to put some on the brush and then tap off the excess, and then I'm going to gently tap under the eye. Let's see how this is looking. Wow. Okay, so far so good. Let's do the same with the other eye. So I'm not really putting much on my brush, because the thing about if you put too much powder, or certain powders, under the eye, they can just emphasize texture and lines, make you look really tired. Let's see how we're looking. Wow, it definitely blurs under the eyes. Gosh. And smooths everything out. That is really nice. See, this is why I need to force myself to go out of my comfort zone, because, you know, good things can happen. Let's see if we can use some more of this powder on the rest of my face. Do I use a brush or a powder puff? Let's just use a brush, because I don't think my powder puff will fit in there. Scratch that. We're going to use my powder puff from Nars Radiant. I'm just going to put some more into, it's actually, I don't know whether it's the holes are too small, it's not really coming out very, oh there we go, very well. Okay, could just be because it's a mini. Right, I'm just going to take my Nars Radiant powder puff and some, push it into my hand. Lesson I learned. Okay. Wow. It's really quite, you can actually see that on the camera. It's coming out quite dusty. Your mum. Yeah, like I said, I'm actually just putting some on my powder puff, and then there's a fast sort of, if I slowed it down, I'm doing a rolling kind of a motion to set. I'm just so used to doing it fast now. Okay, the thing that's going to probably annoy me about the mini is I'm going to be backwards and forwards quite a lot to get, you know what I mean? If you have the bigger size, you've got more room, you know, to stick the powder puff in. You get more on your hand, more on your powder puff. I'm not going to take so many in and out to put it on. But hey, We're going to save money. That's the other thing. Okay, it's very, very finely milled. Of course, the Laura Mercier one is that slightly thicker. And this one's very, very fine and silky kind of feeling. Let's see if I can put the rest on with a brush. I'm going to find something clean. It's not that I've been lazy, I just haven't had time to do a lot of cleaning of my brushes. Hang on, let's try this one. See if I can get this one to work. So I'm just going to try and do the outsides of my face. Oh gosh, it's so dusty. This is not really the best brush to be using, however, it's doing the job. I'll teach you for not cleaning my brushes. I do like it, but I think I like it under the eyes more than I do on the rest of my face. It just seems to be nicer on the under eyes. It's not, yeah, it's still good, don't get me wrong. I still do like it. I just don't think, well, actually, yeah, actually no, I think I do like it. But yeah, under the eyes a little bit more than the rest of the face. Every birthday, Mecca will send you what they call a Mecca Beauty Loop reward if you buy something, okay? So it comes in this little box. So I'm level 2. I can't remember offhand how many levels there are. And go, basically goes backwards. Level 1, 2, yeah. So they're sent in this one these cool 2 things. So we have an eyeshadow and a lip oil. Okay. So I'm going to put something in my transition shade first, because this is quite a dark and shimmery. Wait, if I can get it open. It's a very nice colour. Whoops, sorry, let me tell you how much these are. So these single eyeshadows, I actually really like these single eyeshadows from Mecca Max. I have this one, what was this one called? Not Even, that I use a lot in my transition shade. Now these are $11. I mean, really good. Work well with both a primer or concealer and setting powder. Either way, they've been great. So yeah, like I say, I've got this one that I use for my transition shade. So yeah, $11. This particular colour, what's it called? Serve. I am guessing must have been a limited edition, because I can't find this actual colour in their list of colours that are available. Usually it has a cross through it and it'll say, you know, unavailable, waitlist me, that kind of thing, but it didn't even have that. So it makes me think this is probably a limited edition. But anyway, I'm still going to try it. Then we have this lip oil, which, well, I'll talk about more when we get to that. So let's do the eyes. I'm going to do my transition shade quickly. So as I said, I'm using my Mecca Max Not Even is the shade. Now I'm going to take this shade. So this was the shade Serve, and like I said, unfortunately, yeah, pretty sure it's limited edition. Oh, my words. Let's try this colour on my hand to see how it looks. Gosh, that is nice. There it is there. It's almost giving a bronzy, like in the pan it looks almost purple. But it's giving a bronzy gold kind of a shift to it. And then another, what do they call that? Sort of like jewel chrome, where it changes colour. Yeah. So I'm going to try it as a one and done. So I'm going to put it over pretty much most of the, what's left of my lid. And I'm just going to start very lightly and build up if I need to. Just taking a flat, what's this? No, actually I think this was a brush from Bella Box. Anyway, it's just a flat looking brush. Let's try this. Okay, there's a lot of kick up even when I put my hands through. I should have probably done my eyes first. Never mind. Just gonna dust as much as I can. See how we go. So I'm just patting and moving it around a whole eyelid. Don't know if I'm digging that. Let's try the other eye. It's as we get older, we get more texture, more lines in our lids, and more skin that's not as firm as it used to be. And of course, some older women just refuse to wear shimmers for that reason, because it emphasizes all of those bad things. And some of them do. It tends to be the ones that have that more silicone based shimmer. I know that sounds kind of odd, but some of them do. And it's almost like a gel consistency, even though it's a powder. It kind of has that look, which unfortunately this one is doing. So therefore it means in certain lights, I don't know if it'll do it, you'll see all my creases, and yeah, I don't know if I'm liking that. And the colour is certainly different. I can't say I've ever come across the colour. It's multi-coloured, I guess you could say. It's changing in different lights. Sometimes it's looking green, sort of greenish yellow tinge to it. Other times it's got a purple pink kind of, yeah. From far away, these kind of eyeshadows, yet they don't look too bad. But up close in other lights, not so much. And unfortunately that's what's happening. This is the first shimmer I've tried of theirs, so in this particular range, I mean, I've tried maybe 2 or 3 of the mattes in the singles. I haven't really tried the shimmers, so I think I will try a different colour though, just to see if it is the same kind of thing. I'll still try it other ways, see if I can get it to work. Sometimes just having it like a almost like an eyeliner, sort of like it very close to the lid, blending into or sort of fading into another shade behind it, sometimes looks nice with those. But I'll test it and see how it goes, but so far I'm not really digging it. The last thing was the lip oil. So this was from Mecca Max as well, the Glaze Phase Lip Oil. This has got really good reviews. What does it say? It's 4 shades, so they have it in crystal, which is white, caramel, blackberry and watermelon, and I think this is watermelon. So it's packed with hydration for a plump pout. Lip oils seem to be all the rage sometimes, and then they seem to go off for a wee bit. Anything else on the lips off. Okay. And this is only $17. So let's put some on my hand. Actually, let's show you the doe foot first. So it's very similar to their, actually no, it's not them. It's very similar to Sephora's, the flat brush from the concealer. Very flat. You can see the powder in my hand. Okay, let's put some on. Doesn't really feel sticky, which is good. For a watermelon shade, it's like that brush looks pink. There is barely any pink showing through. Just looks very, very clear. Doesn't feel sticky. Has a slight scent, nothing major. Beige. It's quite springy. I don't know if you can see that. To get in and out. Let's put some on the lips anyway. So it's really not going to give you much colour wise, put it that way. If you're after something with more colour, I'm guessing the other shades. When you see it on the lips, still can't see the watermelon as such. Let's try building it up on the hand a bit more, see if we can't get some shade happening. Oh, yeah, very slight pink the more you put it on. Don't know if that'll show. You can sort of see, yeah. Does feel very, very comfortable, very nice. When you see it on the makeup wipe, it's pink. But yet, barely registers. Anyway, it looks very nice, I must say. Very comfortable. So, let's do a little recap. So, the Tatcha primer, which I've managed to spill everywhere. I've set something down on it, and of course it just squished the rest of it out, so I can't show you the sachet again. But it looks really, really nice. I don't know, $97 on a primer is a lot. So I'm not really worried if I don't really get any results. I mean, yes, I did put the powder over top, but I can still see there's a blurring. Even before I put the powder over top, there was a nice blurring happening. And so that's kind of a question mark. I think I have a little bit, yeah, maybe a smidge left that I can probably try one more time without setting it with a new powder. I'll try it with my regular powder, Laura Mercier one, see how it goes. The eyeshadow is no. The more I look at it, the more I think, oh my gosh, you can see all those lines. From far away, it doesn't actually look so bad, but yeah, up close it looks. So yeah, that particular shade, well, it was a limited edition, maybe that was the reason. So anyway, I will probably try some more of these shimmers. I'd be interested to see if there's a difference, if I like them. Like I say, I love that not even in the mattes. I use that quite a lot. The lip oil, yeah. I mean, there's not a huge colour payoff, but it looks really nice, feels really comfortable. I have to see how it goes over top of a lipstick and a lip liner and all that kind of thing. But yeah, so far so good. The powder is probably the one thing I'm the most excited about. It looks really, really nice under the eyes. I did notice, and well, I don't know, I have to look back through the footage, but it kind of looked like it left a white cast on the rest of my face. I wasn't too sure about, yeah, that. So again, I'll just have to keep trying it. But under the eyes, wow, yeah, I definitely like it under there. Blurring and not emphasizing texture. I do like that. Definitely excited about that powder. Yeah. Actually, the more I look at the lip oil too, the more I like that. You know, quick one and done. Okay, I will leave a note in the description box down below on how these went throughout the day. And but yeah, other than that, thank you very much for watching this video. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you in my next one. Bye.